Hi, welcome to Real Estate ICU. I'm Andrew Warburton, the property advisor. Every Sunday and Thursday, I'm going to bring you the latest facts, statistics, and the context of those facts for the housing market across the nation and in California. I want to ask you, would you please connect with me? I know everybody on YouTube says subscribe, but here's a reason why I'd like you to subscribe, just right down here. It's because I'm interested in what's happening in your market. I'm interested in what's happening in your life. And that helps me shape the facts that I send to you every Sunday and Thursday. So go down below here and subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. Ask me questions because I want to answer those questions. And then we can build that relationship together. The housing market's a little bit like watching a child around a swimming pool. I've got a 10-year-old boy. And I remember, and I still do, you watch that child as they walk around the pool. And some people go, he's going to fall in, he's going to fall in. And other people say, he's having fun, he's having fun. But the bottom line, you don't take your eyes off that child around the pool. The housing market and the economy are like that right now. Don't take your eyes off the economy. Don't take your eyes off what's happening in the housing market. And here's something else I want to say. I need you to watch all the way through to the end of this video, and here's why. At the end of the video, I'll have gone through all of the facts, and I'll give you an overall summary of where we stand. Because many of you, as you watch this, you'll watch people on the far left saying, crisis, the world's coming to an end, and you'll make decisions for your family based on one thing that you're watching. On the other end, there's some of you saying, oh no, everything's just fine, and you'll make decisions based on that. But don't be like that parent watching the child around the pool. Watch the child, hope the child has a good time, but at the same time, make sure that child is covered in case something goes wrong. So let's look at the update for this week on the Real Estate ICU across the United States of America. Is housing the culprit or the cure in this current economic situation? And how different is it from times past? We're going to look really quickly, first of all, at the overall importance of the housing market, and we've all got to grab that. Whether you own a home or not, the housing market is going to affect how you live. You might be a government employee, totally secure, but if you're totally secure and all the Italian restaurants have closed down, where are you going to go when you get time off? You might have guaranteed health care, guaranteed income, but where are you going to take your kids to play if all the roller parks and all the bowling alleys close? So the housing market affects us all. It's super, super important. Let me give you some statistics on that. In 2018, and we have to go back that far because it takes a while to accumulate all of the data, the real estate construction business contributed to $1.15 trillion in the nation's output. That's 6.2% of our gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is the total value of everything produced in a country. So just new construction, 6.2% of everything produced in the country. So if new construction stops, the GDP just drops like that and you go into recession. So the housing market is extremely important to your life and to mine. Spending within the housing market contributes to about 15% of the gross domestic product. That's a huge portion. So what we say about the housing market, what you learn about the housing market is absolutely vital to your stability over coming years. And listen, make no mistake, you're going to have decisions to make. I'm going to have decisions to make. Do I spend or not? Do I save or not? Do I buy a new home or not? Do I upgrade or not? Do I downsize or not? Am I going to lose all of my equity or not? Can I retire or not? Many of those questions are hinging around the housing market. Now, in 2007, without a doubt, culprit or cure, the housing market was the culprit. Why? Because of all the subprime loans, which was the vast majority of loans, because of mortgage-backed securities, because of corruption in Wall Street, and also, this is a little controversial, the exploitation of buyers by lenders and by Wall Street, and also the exploitation by buyers of the very system they were being exploited by. Bottom line, the housing market was the culprit in 2007. Now, Today, it's a very different picture, and it's really important, which is why I say watch this all the way through to the end. It's really important to understand the difference, so you don't just emotionally go, oh, my child's going to fall in the pool. Oh, the housing market's going to go off the cliff. No, you're going to make decisions that affect the next 10 years of your life based on emotionalism, based on sensationalism. We need to look at the balance of the facts so we know how to run our real estate career, how to run our banking career, how to run our government career. A lot of it hinges on the housing market. Second thing that's really important is the importance of equity. You go, well, why is equity important? Let's go into that really quickly. Equity levels right now are at a high. In some cases, they're at an all-time high. Reduction in equity affects the economy. Why? Because when people have equity, they can take out home equity lines of credit. They will spend money. They'll spend money on home improvements and many, many other things. And that contributes to consumer confidence. When people have equity, when people have money, they have confidence. If that equity drops down, now people can't borrow it. They take cash they would have spent on cars and restaurants and things like that, and they spend it on fixing the windows, fixing the air conditioning, and it pulls money out of the consumer economy. So equity is extremely important. Now, we have to watch in coming weeks and months what happens to equity. Equity is not dropping right now. But if equity does drop, here's the vital thing then. If equity drops, the Fed has to keep interest rates low, and the banking industry has to cooperate with the Fed, because if interest rates are low, that drives people to spend money to get that dream home. That stimulates the housing market, which stimulates equity, which stimulates consumer spending. It's all in this circle. So I ask you again, don't be like that person with the child around the pool. They're gonna fall, they're gonna fall. And your whole summer is ruined because you're terrified. Your child is gonna fall. Don't be terrified the world is going to fall. Look with me every Sunday, every Thursday, work through these videos with me so you can make a decision based on what is, not what you fear might be. Last part. What happened over the last week? And some of you who like numbers, this is the part you're going to like the most. First of all, mortgage rates are at not all-time lows, but very close to all-time lows, roughly 3.23%. And lenders are lending again. That makes houses ridiculously affordable. I remember in the 90s, loans were 10%. We're at a third of that right now. That means it costs 1/3 as much to buy a $1 million home or a $500,000 home, 1/3 as much. Fantastic. Now, unemployment, here's the counter side to that, hit 30 million last week. Last week alone, 3.8 million people filed for unemployment. The key to this whole thing, here we go again, the child's gonna fall. The child's gonna fall. Yes, unemployment is high, but do you really think that women are not going to get their hair cut anymore? They're not going to do their nails anymore? That children aren't going to play anymore? That bowling alleys aren't going to go on anymore? That movie theaters are going to close? That nobody's going to play baseball? Nobody's going to play football? That the whole American culture is going to implode on itself? No. Those people, many of them, are going to go back to work. So what we need to watch together is, in your community, I want you to comment and tell me what's going on in your community. When you see a business closed down permanently, take a picture, post it in the comments. When you see a shop that you used to go to closed down permanently, take a picture, put it in the comments. But when you see a business reopen, take a picture, put it in the comments. When you see something positive happening, take a picture, post it in the comments. We have to watch what's going on so we don't react by panic. How many of those unemployed will go back to work? Here's another interesting fact. This last week, iBuyers, that's those big internet companies who buy properties, they stopped buying property. Redfin started again last week. Zillow, which is another one of the huge ones, is starting again almost immediately. So their CEO said last week. Another very good sign. Here's some facts. Nationwide, listings are down 44%. In places like Detroit and Milwaukee, 75, Milwaukee's down 90% in listings. Incredible. Now, is that good or is it bad? Well, first of all, it's to be expected. If the governor says you can't sell your house and real estate isn't essential and putting a roof over your head is not essential, then of course, there's not going to be many listings. But all of those bans are gradually going away now. And as those bans go away, we're going to get a good feel on what's really there. What's the undergirding of the real estate market? Days on market, that's how many days it takes to sell around the nation, are at 62 days right now. That's not incredibly high. It's not incredibly low. Now, here's the interesting thing. In Southern California, the market is on fire. It is on fire, particularly in affordable areas, which would be the Inland Empire. And a lot of people say San Diego isn't affordable and LA isn't affordable, but in the affordable price ranges, the lower price ranges, the conforming loan ranges, the market's on fire. We're seeing multiple offers on property after property after property. Why? Because buyers are coming out in droves, because interest rates are at these historic lows, and it is so inexpensive to buy a property compared to renting a property. So all these factors are working in concert with each other. Bottom line, what should I do, Andrew? Should I go, oh my gosh, my child's going to fall in the pool? Or should I say, you know what, everything's okay? It's somewhere in the middle. We have to watch what's going to happen with employment, who's going to go back to work, who isn't. We have to watch what's happening with interest rates. I personally, and most specialists in the industry, believe they're going to stay down low. That's going to keep people spending. That's going to stimulate the economy, and that's going to help consumer confidence, and businesses are going to get back open. But we have to watch these things. You and I have to watch these things every Sunday, every Thursday, and even on Wednesday, I do a statistical analysis so you know exactly what's going on. Bottom line, I want to connect with you. I want to ask you to connect with me each Sunday, each Thursday. Talk to me in these comments. Let me know what's going on in your area. Let me know what house sells, what house doesn't sell. Send me pictures of them, and let's give each other good information around the nation so that the next few years of your life are not run by sensationalism, but run by fact in context. So once again, I want to ask you, watch this video that we put up here. It gives you more information that's vital to you to make decisions for your friends and for your family. Subscribe, stay in contact with me, I'll stay in contact with you, and I wish you all the best as we all pursue our American dream and come back to work. Thanks for watching.